I know this is a non-answer in terms of who's the winner, but for the American public, I think their candidate won. And that's so true of so many things in this campaign, which is you put an object on a table, Republicans say, I love that triangle, Democrats say, what a beautiful circle. In the sense that it's almost like we're watching different debates. I do think that forcing President Trump into this more normal paradigm of look and feel of a debate that we're more used to, it makes him seem more normal, more presidential. So I think overall that was a win for him. I think for Vice President Biden, he withstood the debate very well, and I think he held his own. There weren't any big missteps, and he certainly didn't show any signs of cognitive decline. And I think that for him is a win. He did have some minor missteps, and I think that Republicans will pounce on those. I think that they generally abided by the rules, and we did get to hear from both candidates, and I thought that the moderator did a good job. President Trump did more often than not keep saying, I want to keep talking. And in terms of the moderator saying having to cut one candidate off, it was the president, which is no surprise. But I don't think it was like 80-20 in terms of we heard from President Trump 80% of the time. The rules really were set up for equal time, and roughly, I think that's about how much we heard from each candidate. It's very rare that you can actually win the presidency based on an amazing debate performance. It's more likely that you can lose votes. In terms of how much this debate matters, my guess is not that much, because there were no big moments for either side, in part because the expectations are so different for both sides. Also because I think we've rarely seen two candidates who are more different in substance and in style. It's hard to see a lot of people being undecided between the candidates. It's easy to see that some people might be undecided in terms of whether or not they'll show up, whether or not they'll vote. But I don't think that this was, in the end, a game-changing debate. I do think overall it probably was good for President Trump, because people saw him again in kind of a normal paradigm, the type of debate that we're used to. I think in terms of themes, we saw President Trump say over and over again, Joe, you claim you want to do all these things, but you've been in government service forever. So where's the proof? You had so long to try and come up with something. I think that President Trump maybe landed a few punches there. For Vice President Biden, it was really fact-checking, and it was saying over and over again, I care about the issues that affect your daily life. Look at what's happening in the coronavirus. Look at what's happened to the economy. Look at what's happening daily in terms of racial injustice. So in terms of more details, more policy coherence, demonstrating that he is a bigger player on the national stage in terms of relationships, I think Vice President Biden won.